Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Random tonight, a Zelda 1 randomizer battle royale top four between Alsoa, Fryteeth, Adirondack Rick, and Garion Old Wolf. I myself am Random Effect. I'm going to be joined momentarily by Noriestra, who's going to help me on and if you're not familiar with the Battle Royale format here, what happens is that this is a tournament series that has been created by myself and a few other people, originally by Redbird Grad and now taking over as Adaginos and Dark Falls. And what it basically comprises of is mini tournaments where each week they play a specific flag set that has been created by an organizer. And each week, the last place finisher is eliminated, and it goes until there is one person standing. Traditional battle royale, as you would see in more like first-person shooters or something like that. But we wanted to incorporate it with this Zelda randomizer. Thought it was a fun concept here. So as it is tonight, Alsoa, Adirondack Rick, Fryteeth, and Garion Old Wolf, one will be eliminated from tonight's. From the tournament tonight. And if you're not familiar with these, well, you're probably not going to be familiar with these flags. The Boomstick Fun flags, the big things to note are that we have a First Quest Overworld, First Quest Dungeons, random hints, 7 Triforces is going to get you into level 9. Ganon may be required, and the silvers will be in 9. The red ring and the silvers are going to be forced into 9, and already we see a dungeon right at the wood sword start screen. That actually was a possible wooden sword location, and it was a wamboozle right there. So now they're going to have to go searching for their wooden sword somewhere in the overworld. Looks like we might have a freeze on Garion's side. Or maybe we're just catching up to other players here, but we don't know what dungeon this is, but it is First Quest Dungeons, so we might get actually a figure out which dungeon this is, as Garion Old Wolf picks up a Triforce. If he looks at his HUD, we will figure that out. That was level 4. So level 4, right at start, really quick Triforce. And we got a heart container pickup over near the lake as Rick is going towards level 1. Gotta be a little careful, 1 heart here.
That is a ridiculously nasty level 1 screen.
Yeah, he's gotta be very careful, but he's trying. He's in there. And just what looks like a medicine shop. Another big thing with these flags that we got going on here is we do have a dungeon heart shuffle. So what that means is that there's normally a heart container in every dungeon. Well, those are going to be mixed in with the items now. So in level 1, there are 3 items that you need to get. They could all be heart containers, or they could all be really important things for you. So each level will have at least two dungeon items.
You see how nice the seed's starting off? We've got 7 rupee bombs as both Alsoa and Fryteeth find a bomb shop.
Yeah, that's not bad. Being in the corner's not great. Fryteeth just skipped finding that bomb location where Alsoa went in and finds a level. That's interesting.
It is. Now, we only need 7 Triforces in this, so missing 1 dungeon's not the end of the world unless Ganon's required, and then you might need that bow.
Yeah, and we just saw a great instance on Alsoa's side that we have plus minus 4 HP enemies here, and he dropped a bomb on those Zols, which are normally 2 HP, and a bomb does 4 HP of damage, and they did not go down in 1 hit. So those Zols are 5 or 6 HP right there. That's pretty crazy.
That's just unfun.
Unfun. That's pretty fun for me.
Oh, nice compass pickup there for Alsoa, though. Finding out where his Triforce is in this dungeon really nicely.
Yeah, hopefully he can get there though. Doesn't have a key and is running into enemies that he doesn't want to eat up all of his bombs. So
That looks a lot like level 6 though, so
could be. I have a really bad time at judging levels when I first see them, but he's just gonna go back and buy bombs. Maybe he's just gonna finish out this level right away. We do see a
bad play.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a bad play there.
We see at the Armos by the lake where Garion Old Wolf is, we had a candle and arrow shop. So candle would be very useful because there are no extra candles.
And then the vanilla letter shop, Rick has found himself a 108 secret. So money doesn't look like it's going to be a problem tonight. Which is good.
With random hints, you never know if you're going to want to buy some or not. We'll sort of feel out those hints as we go, but he is going to go immediately for a candle. I cannot blame him. Looks like Fryteeth has his money. He's going towards his candle as well.
Oh, definitely. But the other piece of this is the book is in a shop tonight. So if you buy the book and have the wand, you have the boomstick, and it's usually a 200 to 250. I don't know the exact range, but it's upper 200 range there.
Yeah, I think it can be maybe between 190 and 220, maybe something like that. But that will give an explosion to the wand, to the end of the wand, whereas you normally would do a candle flame at the end of the wand. Very useful inside dungeons for bombing walls. Very useful for against all sorts of enemies. So yeah, we'll see if we are going to pick that up tonight.
Garion's got himself another dungeon here.
It's interesting that Rick's got a dungeon in the North Forest too, just south of the desert there. And this
also saw a hint room. I'm thinking the hints look like they might be vanilla hints. The prices didn't look randomized.
Okay, well, Rick's got a Triforce now, and we'll figure out what this is. Meanwhile, Fryteeth gives us the white sword item. It's the boomerang. And that is level 2 that Rick is in.
Oh, there's the heart container on the floor, so we'll be looking for another item in here. Or heart container.
Level 2 is going to have 2 floor items for our runners tonight. We'll see how long Rix wants to stay in here without a sword, especially given we have whiz robes. He might just do a few rooms and then see what he finds.
Yeah, without bombs, he's not going to be able to do much to those whiz robes.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to try to fight any whiz robes at this point, even if he did have bombs. Ooh, Alsoa taking a death.
Yeah, you might poke him here just to see what their HP looks like, but he gets a map and... Oh, you know, it's 2 already, so that's not all that helpful.
Yeah. Oh, he does get some bombs, though. Maybe he can go further south. Yeah, this looks like a nasty level 2. Lionel's, whiz robes, yeah. He might try to bomb left in here. Book is 201. Did somebody saw a book already?
I must have missed it, but that sounds about right.
I must have missed it as well. Captain Green says. So Rick does pick up a key here as we get some any roads on Alsoa's side. Fryteeth at the Forest Candle Shop has seen it.
At this point, this too is telling Rick just to leave, I think.
He's making progress, though. I mean, if he's still got rooms to go, might as well.
Well, he ran into a dig dogger down at the bottom that's going to block him from going much further that way. Now he's got to dodge this nasty set of whiz robes.
36 medium secret, not terrible. So yeah, Garion had found another level that I wasn't sure exactly where it was or what it was, as he takes a death in the northeast, unfortunately. But we do have level 2 right there south of the desert, and Alsoa might be finding that level 2 pretty soon. We still don't have a Armos item, do we?
No, we haven't seen the Armos item. Did we see the Coast item? I think Fryteeth was there, but I didn't get a glimpse at it.
I didn't get a glimpse at it either. I'm sure somebody will. Rick might go and get it here in just a second. But we might find out our Armos item here in a sec. Ooh, more than 4 HP Wizrobes, it looks like. Red Wizrobes, that's not bad. That's not good. As Alsoa is in level 2, I believe, as well now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody has a sword yet. We are almost over 9 minutes in, no sword for anybody.
And unfortunately, our Armos item is a heart container.
Ouch.
It's one of the bad things about Heart Shuffle is I find at least one of the 3 key items is always a heart container.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of hearts on all runners, I think, because people are gonna be digging. There's more items to find than usually when you find the heart containers. You just wanna grab them. But do remember, Ganon. We only need 7 tries to get into 9, and Ganon may not be required at all. So we might not need any items. Except for just getting that Triforce together. You do see the meat at 79 on Fryteeth's side, in case that pops up. Probably not. There's only 1 meat block in the entire game tonight. Probably not useful, but you never know.
It has been known to troll runners before, though, so...
Mm-hmm. Rick, half a heart. There's the 201. There it is. Now we see it now. Rick on half heart strats over here. Let's see if he can make his way to the coast. Ooh, gets a heart and a bomb. That was a good bomb right there.
That was a nice clock and a very nice bomb.
Yeah. So it's looking like our wood sword might be at the waterfall. Or up in Death Mountain. I don't know if anybody's checked this vanilla level 5, though, as Fryteeth is getting in. And there it is. Alright, Alsoa cleans up 2. But our wooden sword is at vanilla level 5. We gotta see when people are gonna get up towards that. I mean, Garion's in that area. It looks like Rick is going back up towards that as well, and I'm sure Alsoa will kind of meander his way down and back up. Pretty good pathing, but just unfortunately is going to lead him a little bit further away from the sword for a bit.
Yeah, really not a big hurdle at this point. There's still a lot of exploration going on as we find the coast item being the heart container as well.
Yeah, and Rick has found a level that is the 30 secret shop to the right of Heart Rock in the northeast. This, let's see what this is. Looks like it might be level 1. We'll see. It's probably not level 1, actually. I don't know what it is.
Unfortunately, oh, it is level 1.
Oh, okay. It was just at the wrong spot. I was thinking level 1's, the head of the eagle was, different direction, or a little bit further south, or north, excuse me. So, it was level 1. That is a good level to find, but, wants to see if he can, open up this bomb hole, so he's saving a bomb there. You saw him exit and re-enter and do that. That was very smart on Rick's end to save his bombs. And here's an item room. If Rick can clip into here, no sword. Gotta be a bit careful of bunnies. They do 2 hearts. Oh, he used a candle. Now he's got to do pixel perfect now. He is trying. With this Garia that he has, or Moblin or whatever, I think it's Garia actually. Oh, when he opens up the door south, I don't know if he wanted to do that. It's kind of hard to line this up. I don't know where he's actually supposed to be.
Yeah, I find it easier sometimes to do the swordless clip and sometimes just going for it. But he gets it, and
there we go.
Rewarded with the power bracelet.
Could be good, could be bad. We haven't found level 9 or many other levels. Garion unfortunately took a death on the overworld as he was in the forest, so he's going to take a small penalty in time to get back to where he was.
We've got Fryteeth back in that dungeon.
Ooh! Rick finding the any key on the floor in level 1, that's pretty big.
That is a very nice find.
And to answer Rubel's question in chat, we have only 7 Triforces are required to get into level 9. Alright, so Alsoa also in level 1 here. If he gets through, he will find everything that Rick is finding right now.
Fryteeth is in that dungeon that we aren't quite sure about down on the far left side of the map. And Garion's wandering around the coast here.
Yep, here comes Alsoa picking up his power bracelet.
See, not having the sword here is really causing Rick some headaches with these Wallmaster rooms. And, well, that helps.
That does help, right? That's all 3 items. Here in level 1, but he wants to find that Triforce before he leaves as well. But Red Candle, very good to get. So 3 items, yeah. So we are on Heart Container Shuffle tonight. So add an extra dungeon item to every dungeon. That's a possibility. We're going to see a lot of Heart Containers flying around. But the problem here is also actually doesn't have a key. And so Rick used that key to go south to get the any key, and Alsoa doesn't have that luxury right now.
Alright, so that mysterious dungeon is level 6.
Okay.
That Fryteeth is in. He just grabbed his Triforce out of there.
Alright, Rick's going to have to head south in this level 1 to find his Triforce. And Alsoa, I think, is bailing on level 1 just for now, because, again, he doesn't have that key. Lag City on Rick's side.
What's even worse about that is those virus keys have multiple HP.
Yeah. Alright, Rick's got Triforce number 1. 2 Triforces down out of 7 with a good amount of resources going on right now. He's sitting pretty.
So I decided to go ahead and purchase the arrows. Not knowing really where the bow is or anything. Interesting choice this early.
Yeah, especially since we haven't seen any hint shops. He might know, though, that they're vanilla. Maybe he saw something. Garion, unfortunately, takes a death on the waterfall screen, but he did pick up his wooden sword. So we got 2 players with swords, 2 players without. 17 minutes in.
And Rick is buying the book.
Wow. That's ballsy.
I mean, at this point, he's got the money. Nothing really else to purchase outside of possibly arrows. And he knows the silvers are 9, so he can probably get those arrows if he needs the 7th or an 8th Triforce. Then he just goes and gets another one. I think that's a good purchase here.
Oh man, Alsoa was trying to get the push block open. Unfortunately, takes a death to the blue dark nuts here, and is going to be sent right back to start. Alright, we got Fryteeth with another level south of vanilla level 1 on the lake. Let's see what this maybe looks like.
swordless. Alsoa and Rick are both swordless still. Rick is closing in on his sword, while Garion and Fryteeth have swords, so they can take care of some of the more annoying enemies, like bunnies.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Rick's gotta be careful. He's got one heart, but he's gonna try to make this clip over to where the wooden sword is. So I think is gonna find his white sword boomerang if he hasn't already. And there it is. That's actually a welcome sight when you don't have a sword.
Oh, definitely. Especially with like the swordless tournament, that thing is your friend.
Yeah, Rick was struggling with the clip, but screen scroll, but finally got it. Hopefully, doesn't get trapped somewhere. He needs to be very careful. Oh no, Rick takes a death on the wooden sword screen. That is terrible. And hopefully he goes right back up there.
Well, with how nasty that screen is, I would honestly be surprised if he doesn't take his time coming back to that screen.
Yeah, he's got a red candle, so... Oh, we do have another level on Fryteeth's side, around level 1 as well, right near the desert. This, This could be level 7, maybe? Don't know if it's level 8, judging by where they started, but yeah, I don't think so. Not where they started. Could be 5, yeah, J-Dirk may be right. This could be level 5 as well, looking at it. And we do have a bloomerang on the ground. That is one of the items in this dungeon, whatever it may be.
Garion looks like he's back in 4, picked up the heart container on the staircase.
Okay, so we have a staircase in this dungeon that Fryteeth is in, and I think this is looking like level 7.
That screams level
layout.
7.
Yeah, I think this is 7. So he's got to decide if he wants to be in here right now. I mean, he's got a lot of hearts. Look at that. He's already got 8 hearts. And
the second item in 4 is a heart container, so nothing really useful in 4.
Yeah, but good to know. It's a small dungeon right at start. If you're looking for something big, it's not a dungeon that's that difficult to get. And Alsoa finally gets his wooden sword at 21 minutes, and Rick is still swordless.
Rick's about to stumble into level 6, though.
Okay, so I'm curious as to kind of what our runners might do next. Rick's in 6. Looks like Fryteeth is in 7 as far as we know. And I'm not sure what Alsoa and Garion kind of have in their arsenal of things to do. I don't think Garion has found level 2. I'm kind of surprised that Alsoa hasn't... Oh, he's going to buy a key. I think he's going to go directly into level 1. Or 4. Because I know he was key blocked out at level 1. I thought maybe he was going to do that, but level 4 is a good option as well.
At this point, he needs the Triforce out of it, most likely. You're going to want to avoid digging 7 for a Triforce, if you can avoid it.
Yeah. 7 being the largest of the 1 through 8 dungeons, and only yielding you 2 items on top of it, so... But he's going to go ahead and get his 9th heart container already.
Rick's going to grab his Triforce out of 6. We'll see if he decides to continue playing or take his candle and go elsewhere.
I feel like, oh, interesting. He's making a decision that I wouldn't have made, but nope, he's going right back out. Maybe he just misfire. I think he was figuring out what dungeon it was. He didn't see which dungeon it was, so he's going back into 6. This is an interesting play with these flags because you don't know if Ganon's required. I don't know. Like I would have expected more players to just kind of get Triforces and bail and go back and dungeon dive if they needed to.
I completely agree with you. That was kind of when I was in this battle royale. That was kind of my game plan. Now, obviously, the smaller dungeons, 1, 2, 3, 4, poke around, see if you can get some extra items. But yeah, Triforce and go out of the big ones. Unless you just
it really even
know.
depends. Yeah, unless you got some hints or something like that. Unless you also, even on smaller dungeons, like if I went into like level 3 or 4 and the first room was a Triforce, I might just bail out of that.
Yeah, I think the enemy set says something to that, like with level 2, Triforce and just no, yeah. I'm not clearing these rooms unless you tell me the bow is in there.
And I'd be curious as to when Rick, if ever, he's gonna get a wooden sword.
And that may be the other thing he's gambling on at this point is I'm just gonna dig dungeons while I'm getting Triforces and find the white sword because I'm done trying to find the wood sword.
I think he wants the wand.
Wand would be good. With the amount of heart containers you get in this flag set, even making a play for mags as you can find it as Garion gets his Triforce. I don't remember which dungeon this was. Maybe one we haven't seen.
Soon. I think it is one we've seen. I remember that palette, but I can't remember. Yeah, that's level 6.
Yep. Also gets his out of 4.
And Garion diving back in as well. Very interesting plays that I did not expect. So yeah, as a reminder, this is the Boomstick Fun Part 3 Battle Royale. There have already been 2 other Boomstick Fun parts out there. This is the 3rd tournament, and actually one of the earliest of the 2019 Battle Royale season. So it's going to be an exciting 2019 for Battle Royales, I'm sure.
Definitely, and while we're running into some ladder issues, we'll remind you that on Tuesday night, one of our other Battle Royales, the Makin' Bacon, will be joining us. I believe that is at the same time. They are already in their final 3.
Makin' Bacon.
Another fun flag set.
Alright, Rick finding I believe that might be our second, I don't know if it's our 3rd, but maybe second big secret over in the graveyard.
At least the second, yeah.
I think we've already seen this area from a runner or 2. I think maybe Fryteeth came up this direction early on, so I don't think we're going to be expecting anything in the graveyard.
I don't remember if they had bombs or not. I know they didn't have the power bracelet, so we might have something here.
Oh, just a letter.
Hey, I mean, that could be helpful. I won't tell you where the ladder is, though. It's also is finding one of those lovely trap moat rooms.
Oof, without the ladder, yeah, that's no bueno. Which level is Alsoa in right now?
I'm not sure. He's fixing to pick up his that
might be in 7. Or he's back in 6?
I think it's 6.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone back to 1. He doesn't have the Triforce out of it. He's got some keys now. Seems like a great play. Meanwhile, Rick is given our first foray into Death Mountain as Alsoa picks up Triforce numero 6.
And Garion's hot on Rick's heels there. And Fryteeth is in a dungeon. I'm not sure if I remember. Is this still 7?
I think it might be. It looks, from the look of it, yeah. I think he's still in 7. Trying to make his way through.
Oh, well. Rick's found himself a nice surprise. Level 9
Forgotten
Forgotten
spot. Holds level 9.
Oh,
Alright, so that's pretty nice for our runners.
That is a nasty mugger room. Bombs or keys for Fryteeth in level 7 on the way to the Triforce. It's probably time to check out and leave.
Yeah, once he gets that any key, it won't be too bad, but not right now. Ooh, and getting pounded by some blue dark nuts on the overworld.
Well, Rick's gonna have a stab at 9 or at 7 now. See if he decides to stick around once he figures out what it is.
Yeah, with him already done with 6, and that location that he's starting, you should probably know pretty quickly that this is 7. And yeah, I think he's figuring that out immediately, and he's like, nope, I'm out of here. Remember, Rick is still swordless. Fryteeth is finding level 9.
And also,
So I think Rick now knows that where exactly the one of 3 screens that the wood sword is. So he's making his way right back to that spot.
oh, most definitely. And also, it did find the magical sword along with another dungeon up on Death Mountain. It looked like.
Nice.
And with the amount of hearts we're seeing,
this is looking like level 8.
yeah.
Or maybe 5.
Rick's gonna have to be careful here. He's got another. Any bop will kill him, but he gets in.
Yes, with those bombs right there, I think he's in level 8. Alright, so Rick, half a heart strats, does finally get his wooden sword. 30 minutes in, but he's been doing some damage with his resources already.
Any key definitely paying off there.
Yeah. The only runner with the any key, although most runners have found level 1, just haven't been able to get back, basically.
And Garion picking up the book now as well.
Okay. And I really want some wand in 6 now.
Blue Wizard's not dying in 2 bombs. That just makes you sad. Also doing nice work in this room though, for how ugly that room was to start with.
Trying to get these guys together. There he goes.
So we have Rick and Fryteeth in 4, as Fryteeth takes a bunny hug. Alsoa, we said, is in 8, and Garion is in...
Garion's back in 1.
1.
So let's see if Garion... He has enough keys. He should be able to find the any key now. And set his path correct. Alright, Alsoa picks up the Triforce in level 8. Or what it should be level 8.
And he's just 3 away from getting into level 9 now.
And he's going to go back in. I mean, there's still a lot of good items out there. White sword, wand, red ring, ladder, bow. Tons and tons of items out there. And this dungeon, 8, will yield 3 items for our runners tonight. All right, so Rick is still in 4, right?
Yes, Rick is in 4.
And Alsoa decides to bail on level 8, saying, maybe it's not worth it at this point. On these flags, by the way, Rubel and everybody else, I believe the sword hearts are not changed, so they will need 12 if they want to get that magical sword. There is no randomization there. Alright, and Garion's gonna find that any key on the ground and welcome it with open arms. Meanwhile, Alsoa is clearing out the rest of Death Mountain that we have not seen yet, so we are still missing a few dungeons. Dungeon 5, actually that might be it. Dungeon 5 and Dungeon 3. Have we seen third 3?
We're missing one dungeon. We have one mystery dungeon underneath vanilla level 1 there that we're not sure if that's 5 or 3. I don't think we got a long enough look at it.
Yeah, I was looking a bit more like 5 than 3, I think. Alrighty. Fryteeth, I believe he was in level 2, maybe?
That looked like 2 to me, yes.
Yeah, he was in level 2.
And outside of level 8, I think most of our runners have seen all the dungeons listed. So at this point you have to ask, do you even look for level 3, or do you just take the ones you have?
Yeah, that's the rub with when you don't have to get all 8 Triforces is, you know, you found something like level 7 where you still have level 3 out there potentially. Do you dig, like, what is the time sink? Is it going to be worth your time to try to find level 3, which could be behind a raft or a recorder, for all you know? Or is it just better to dive into level 7, even though it's it is the biggest dungeon behind level 9? These are decisions that our runners will have to make.
Another important one is Ganon may or may not be required. So when do you give up and go dig 9? Do you look for the bow first? Do you at least have ladder, or do you just go to 9 and hope?
Alright, so Alsoa finished off the rest of Death Mountain, I think, so it's looking like I think we've got most of the overworld covered. So we haven't checked all of the power bracelet spots yet, and raft and recorder spots are still abound. That's looking like our last level might be under one of our items. Unless everybody just kind of skipped the same spot.
It's happened before, but yeah, it's definitely looking like we are not even power bracelet block, but we're looking more recorder raft at this point even.
Have people checked the power bracelets near start? I don't know if I've seen those 2 spots.
At least the one. I'm not sure about the one over
on
by
the south.
2.
The one in the south. Okay, yeah. So the one south of the desert, we may or may not have seen, but Fryteeth might be going right there. So is Garion Old Wolf finally picking up a candle? That's surprising.
Kind of surprised he didn't get the one out of 1.
Yeah.
As Alsoa finds level 7.
Rubel is correct. Yeah, the red candle was past the any key, but he has the any key now, and he has the Triforce. So maybe he's seen 2 out of 3 items, and it's just like, I'm out.
Yeah, I want to say it was in one of the side rooms, and the Triforce was down in the bottom. As we have Fryteeth now in level 1. I believe Rick and Alsoa are in 7, and Garion looks like he's headed towards... not sure at this point.
Yeah, he's just trying to find more dungeons, I think. He still has a lot, since he just got his candle, he has a lot of burn bushes to go that our other runners have already uncovered. Alright. Rick does find the heart container in 7. Oh no, Alsoa got a little bomb greedy there. And yeah, Rick just bails on level 7 after finding 1 item. And Alsoa is going to find that same item here. And here we go. I think we're finally going to get the check here of the push block. And it's just a potion shop.
Decent potion prices, as Garion's going to get his Triforce out of 2 now.
And sees it's level 2 and says, yeah, I'll go back in for a little bit. There's still a lot of good items out there. So yeah, all of our runners, I think, fairly close to each other, especially when Fryteeth gets done. They'll all have, you know, 4-ish or 5 Triforces, so this is still a very close race for all of our runners.
And Rick decided to go back into 2 at this point. Interesting choice here.
Did we see either item in here? We saw a heart container.
We saw 1 heart container, so
yeah.
With this enemy set, 2's not really all that friendly to dig, but he's running out of items to find without going up to Death Mountain and digging 8. Well, that was a good dig.
Wait, I missed it, but somebody said it in chat. There was the ladder in
Ladder
level
in
2. Nice. Alright, so...
just red wizrobes, too. It wasn't really a bad room at all.
Yeah, but most of our runners were doing that first time swordless, so... Meanwhile, Garion is in level 2 as well, so he might get that ladder if he fights the right room. Rick is going to check the south coast, and he might pick up his heart container that's on the coast as well. He's in the area, and that'll... I mean, he's already got enough for mags whenever he does find it.
Yeah, but you're not going to turn down a free heart container on your way through.
Yeah, why not? Alright, Alsoa gets his any key. Happy sight. Ooh, Rick's gotta be a little careful, though. You cannot go barging through blue darkness sometimes. Alright, so yeah, we are just missing what looks to be level 3, probably behind a raft or the recorder at this point. And yeah, at this point, if I knew that, I would just be doing the dungeons that I've already found.
Yeah, I think that's a fair... The only concern at this point would be the bow if Ganon does end up being required. So, might feel a little bit more comfortable diving 9 if I've got most of my tracker filled in, but yeah, I'm starting to look towards 9 right now if I'm a runner.
Alright, Rick's gonna do the rest of Death Mountain here now. Hopefully find mags, get it, and go towards level 8. Ooh, needs to be a little careful.
So our runner who found the wood sword last is going to have mags first. That perfect sense.
Yeah.
I do believe it's on this screen here, so he'll be picking that up right now.
And that is a considerable offensive upgrade that Rick is going to have over our other runners. And he's going to find it just in time for level 8.
And also getting to stumble into what we're fairly sure is level 5, while Garion tangles with a bunch of angry blue wizards.
Yeah, it's not the best room for Wizrobe combat. You don't really want to be on the hole tiles, and this kind of makes you be on the hole tiles.
I mean, my preferred Wizrobe combat is to not have any, but yes.
And unfortunately takes the death, but that actually might be beneficial for him to say, maybe I shouldn't do that room, and I should go do something else, but no, he's just gonna bail on level 2. It's unfortunate. Well, he does have his ladder, sorry. He already does have it. I didn't see him grab that ladder. So if he has the ladder, I'm sure he found the heart container. I'm not sure what he was trying to fight for.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. This blue Lionel shooter room is giving Rick the business for sure.
Yeah, he's got mags, but he doesn't have red rings, so he's gonna be a little bit more careful. I think with his combat as he takes a quick death, though. That's alright.
Alsoa is going to give us our first real good glimpse into what 5's got. Or not.
Oh, okay. Surprising stuff. I'm not sure why he's failing on 5 right now. I don't have...
looks like a ladder block.
Oh, okay.
There might be some other options, but not one to play in there yet.
Yeah, he's one of our only runners. Half of our runners have that that ladder out of level 2, which is proving to be very good to have.
He's diving back into 4 again.
And he's still got an item in here, I think. Yep. And he'll take that because that guarantees his magical sword pickup, and Alsoa knows where that is. So he might make a jump to get that at some point. Yeah, it looks like he's taking any roads. He might go right back as close as he can. Yeah, he's beeline.
Oh, Rick gets Dig Dogger.
Right at what was probably an item. Did we see any item in level 8 from Alsoa when he was in here?
Don't believe we did.
I think we found something on the ground. I think we had one thing on the ground, maybe. I think it might have been a heart container right in that first room. But that probably was an item.
Garion having a much better time with that ladder in level 5. Bunnies and bubbles being, standard annoying.
And also gets his magical sword. And here goes Rick round 2 with Dig Dogger. And decides to drink the potion this time.
And yeah, looking at Garion's screen right now, definitely the 5 is completely ladder blocked. Oh! And Rick is getting rewarded for that clip.
Nice. Rick gets his wand, now has his Boomstick.
Unfortunately, it's still not effective for Dig Dogger.
And this might be our second item in level 8 here. is just a heart container. He is on track to get all 16 here.
At this point, you might as well.
Yeah. And Alsoa unfortunately took a death right outside of level 8. I think he was trying to get into level 8 and refill his health on Death Mountain. He already has the Triforce. I don't know if he'll be going back into level 8. But he is going back into level 1, though. Because he still needs the Triforce out of here.
And Garion may have found our item in 5 as he's fighting with a bunny.
And that is a push block. Here we go. And just the transport. We might as well take it, eliminate the other side. Ooh, and the raft right there in level 5 for Garion on the ground. So he does have that floor item out of 5, and that could lead to our last level. 66% chance of that. I don't think we've seen the other item here in 5, the staircase item, so I think Garion might be just looking for that room now, and
yeah, he knows where the Triforce is, so he's definitely looking for that item.
I think we are on community hints here.
Yeah. Rick leaving the Triforce and 8 on the ground for now. I'm going to keep digging, looking for that second staircase item.
Yeah, he's already done quite a bit of this level 8. I don't blame him. Here is the item in 5, and it is the last of the heart containers. Let's see if Rick will pick that up when he gets into 5.
At this point, I would imagine Rick will be in Triforce and Go mode at that point. All he really needs is the bow now.
Oh, Rick already found both staircase items? Oh, that's right, he found the heart container.
That's
and
right.
There was another heart container on the ground, so I think he was just kind of making his way around to get to the Triforce. The red rings and the red ring and the silver arrows are forced into 9, but we don't know if Ganon is even required. Just need those 7 Triforces and get into level 9, which we have found.
Yeah. Taking a look at Rick's feed real quick, he doesn't have the heart container on the floor marked. So he's looking for that right now.
Okay. Maybe then it wasn't right at the beginning unless he didn't mark it. I thought maybe it was right at the beginning, but maybe there's another... I'm just wrong and there's some other item in here.
Well, Garion's got his Triforce out of 5, bringing him up to 5, making all of our runners just about equal again.
Yeah, and looks like our raft spot is nothing but our medium secret. So we still have the recorder, 1 recorder spot, 1 raft spot to go. Rubel, this is the top 4. This is the top 4 of this Battle Royale. There are 4 remaining. As Alsoa finally picks up his wand. I don't think he has the book purchased, though.
With his rupee count, I don't think I saw him pick it up.
But I think he's seen it, so he might if he gets 60 more rupees, he will probably make a line over.
And now Fryteeth going ahead and getting his wand as well.
Yeah. Now Alsoa going back into level 4. I think this is the triple dip here, and he really wants this second item.
With Mags, he should be able to get it out of here.
Garion trying for Mags, he should know better. I think he just got excited to see Mags and instinctively went for it.
I mean, you're always excited to see Mags when you have that many hearts.
Just not enough. He's one short, but I think he's going to pick up his heart container right here. If this is the first room in 8,
yep,
and it has the heart container, so there it is. So Rick did, if he's not marked it, it's just a mismark on Rick's side. Maybe he figured it out.
Rick's moved on to level 5 now, and we've got Alsoa leaving 4 finally. And Garion will be getting his boomstick here in a moment if he can dodge all these projectiles.
Alright, so Rick found the Triforce, but he is searching out more items. And I believe this was the heart container. No, sorry, this was a transport. We're trying to get this double clip. It's not an easy thing to do. There we go. Nicely done. Alright, so yeah, nothing new to report here. I mean, everybody's just kind of going around Hyrule cleaning up what we've already seen from other runners. We got Garion in 8, unfortunately taking a death. We have Rick in level 5, and I believe Alsoa is still in 4?
No, I believe this is 6 or 6.
Oh,
I think it's 6.
Yeah, he might be back. He might be in 6. Sorry. Last time I looked, he was in 4 and snuck into 6.
Yeah, 4 is that awful red shade.
Half heart strats though.
But still not having the ladder out of 2. Not really slowing him down, but just being in the way.
Okay, if we know what we know of level 5, though, he's gonna need it. If he does level 5, or if... Well, actually he does, because level 5 has the raft, which may lead to level... the last level that we still need to find. And Rick is going to pick up... Look at this. This is not something you see every day in a randomizer. So yeah, still missing a recorder, still missing a bow out in the open. Oof, Garion unfortunately taking another death in level 8, not being kind. Oh yeah, also missing the big shield. I forgot that is in the shuffle now.
Yeah. This Rick gets his Triforce out of 5, putting him just 1 away, and he knows where level 7 is.
Yeah, I'd be curious if he's going to go into 7 or if he's going to use his newly found raft to try to find level 3. I think at this point, because you've done so much exploring, I would probably look and see if level 3 is on one of the raft spots.
I'm going to poke this one just because it's on your way.
I still think at this point, if you know kind of where you're going, you don't have like, you're not doing like all of Death Mountain trying to find level 3. Like you're gonna, you want to go to one specific spot. I would at this point go towards trying to find level 3. If I'm down to a 50-50, I'd do it.
I completely agree. That's probably the better play, especially because that's probably where your bow is at this point.
Yep, and it looks like he's gonna make his way over towards the coast. And I think this might be the room with the ladder for Alsoa, maybe? No. No, it is! Right there! Boom. Alright. So with Magical Sword, Alsoa takes care of level 2's second item and has his ladder. Now he can go to 5, which I believe he's already seen.
He's seen 3 rooms of it.
Just right behind Rick. Rick, be careful. And there we go. Level 3 on the raft spot, and I think this was the right play to do. Don't have to go through level 7 now. Necessarily. You still might find a bow in there, but this is a much better play.
Well, and also you have that knowledge now. You clear level 3 all the way before you go into 9. Nope. Well, we're not going to worry about that at all.
Ooh. Alright, Rick finding the bow as the first item, and we know that the silvers are in 9, so yeah, he is in Triforce and Go mode. And it's right next door. Rick picked the right way to go in level 3. That was a 5-room level 3.
Turns out ladder, raft, to get the bow now to see if the pig is required or not.
Yep. But he is, either way, Rick is in great shape going into level 9 here. It's going to be our first runner in, and he has all of the necessary resources that he will need to get in, to get in and to stay in level 9. There's no leaving for him.
I mean, I think short of buying a potion, which he may do on his way in, as Alsoa picks up his Triforce out of, I believe this is 5?
That's 5. I believe that's 5. Yeah, I know that's 5. So he doesn't have the raft yet. I wonder if he'll go back in or if he'll do 7.
Rick getting sniped on his way into 9.
Oof. Yeah, so is leaving, and again, I can't blame this play either. You know where that last dungeon is. You might as well just go do it instead of trying to... Well, definitely because he doesn't have the raft. He doesn't know that the raft is in level 5 there. Raft, for all he knows, Raft could be in level 7, and he doesn't want to go digging level 5 for nothing.
And it may not matter. I mean, that may be his choice here. Is the pig, if Ganon's not required, then he'll be entering 9 very shortly after Rick.
Yeah, it's going to boil down to, is Ganon required? This could be sort of a make-or-break play for Alsoa here. If the pig is required, this could set him back and allow Fryteeth and Garion to come back.
Rick making the smart choice, buy the blue potion, heal, and then go back in and pick up your red. So now he's going into 9 as armed, outside of the red ring, which is in 9, armed as you can possibly be.
Alright, here we go. 1 hour, about 1 hour, 3 minutes, we have our first runner inside of level 9. Searching for... He's searching for Ganon, actually. And remember, with Ganon, not required, or Zelda in his case not required. Sorry, maybe not required. Ganon could be in any room.
We'll go ahead and we'll swap to Rick's audio so we can hear what's going on.
Sounds good. And Rick immediately finding transport staircase number 1. He is going to take it. Interesting. I don't know what you would do in this, like, in level 9 like this, where you don't know where, like, you can just walk in and pop out and boom, there's the end of the game. I don't know if you take stairs or not. I think it's all just a gamble.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you want to narrow the stairs in case you do find Ganon being required. The way you're at least able to know where you're likely to find your silvers. But yeah,
that's a good point.
You know, what do you do?
That's a good point. Eliminate 2 ends of a stair. I would be clearing as many rooms as possible, looking for a compass, as I think Rick rightfully knows. Oh, Sis Crusher is mentioning in the chat, she's in her room, so you do have to go from the bottom entry. Let me double check that.
While you're doing that, also it is going to grab his Triforce out of 7, meaning he is eligible to go to 9, but he will not have the bow.
Yeah, and Sis Crusher is correct, and there is our compass. Yeah, you do have to come at it from below. Ganon and Zelda rooms are not shuffled. So Ganon in Ganon's room, Zelda in Zelda's room. So he is trying to make as quickly as possible into that second column from below. And Alsoa is joining Rick in level 9, but bowless as we have mentioned, so we'll see.
Oh, and that staircase.
And right south, is it gonna open?
No.
It is not.
Ganon is required.
Alright, well, knows the path to Zelda. Ganon required, which is bad news for Alsoa here. If he takes the right staircases, he's on the same path as Rick here. If he takes the right staircases, he'll find that, and he'll know to get out of dodge immediately. But I gotta think, like, how long might it take Alsoa to go back to level 5? There still are 2 items in there. He never found either one. But to go back to level 5 to get the raft to go to level 3, or would he go to another dungeon, like level 7 right away?
I mean,
I think he's going to probably go back into level 5.
I would say so too. I think he actually found the items in 7. He full cleared 7, so I think he found those items. Because it was a heart container and a boomerang.
Fair enough.
So I believe he's got 6 and 5 are the 2 dungeons that he's missing items out of, along with 3. So he's gonna go either to 6 or 5.
Yeah, and at that point, you would probably go to 5.
I mean, I think he's seen more of 6 at this point, but he's been in 5 a lot less, as far as like number of times to go in, because he just had to get the raft.
Rick just on the way to try to find where Ganon is. Meanwhile, Fryteeth is in level 5, and I think he is pretty near the Triforce. Let's see if he continues in level 5 to get that item. Oh, and yeah, Rick still needs to find the silvers. I keep forgetting that.
Now, so getting the news that Ganon's required, but he is not up A and getting out. Maybe
he did see?
I believe so.
Yeah. That's the staircase, I think.
So maybe looking for silvers on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to find the silvers. You maybe. he
Stumbles
wants to
into
do that
Ganon.
before he.
Yeah, stumble into Ganon there, then you can at least have it mapped. All you got to do is figure out how to get the bow.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, find the path to Ganon, or the silvers, and Vale. And there they are. Alsoa first to him. So Alsoa has the silvers, but doesn't have the bow. Has good knowledge.
By foot, it's closer for him to go to 5. 6 is kind of off in the far bottom corner there, so I mean, it just makes sense to go there. I think.
We hear Ganon, and here is the pig. But Rick, oh no, sorry, not the pig. He's still searching for silvers, so he's gonna.
That dark room fakes you out every time when you're not playing shapes, doesn't it?
Alsoa taking a death in level 5, but he'll go right back in. Fryteeth, meanwhile, maybe heading back to level 6.
Does appear to be where he's headed. Not a bad play here. He doesn't have. I don't think he has the items out of here. So Rick has found the silvers now.
Alright, so yeah, Rick looking like he's going to take first place here. He has everything he needs. He's heard the pig. He knows where Zelda's room is. He is on track, and I believe he has 2 potions.
And with Mags, this should be a very clean Ganon fight.
Why are you taking those bombs, Rick? Oof. Yeah, Rick could maintain 1 hit, and then he decided, yep, I took that hit, I'm going to take that potion now. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like in the vanilla.
So a quick up A, a couple of staircases, and home free for Rick for another week.
Yeah, Rick will be moving on to the top 3 here once he gets the path here. And it's going to come down to when do... And it looks like Garion is going into level 9 bowless as well. That's not a great sign for him.
Well, at this point, Garion does know that the recorder's not blocking his his stuff now, so he will know.
All right, well, get your GGs out in chat. Adirondack Rick has finished in first place with a official SRL time, 1 hour, 11 minutes, 24 seconds, and he will be moving on to next week's raid. Sayuru, that is actually a flag component. So Ganon is in Ganon's room, and Zelda is in Zelda's room in this flag. But you can still yell at flag. Yell at flag. Yell at Fred if you want to. That's fine. All right.
Alsoa's showing off one of the new features here that, if we'd found the recorder and played it, it's a theme from Duck Hunt.
That would have been fun. Alright, so Alsoa is going back into 5 here. He will find, hopefully, that raft quickly. and hopefully decide to use it right away.
Alright, and with that, we have Adirondack Rick, our first place finisher this week, in the booth with us. GG, Rick.
Thank you.
Yeah, go over your thoughts in that seed.
Where the hell is 3?
Yeah.
Come on, where in the world is 3? Is it here? Is it on Death Mountain? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I guess we got it back.
Yeah, you were, I mean, obviously the first to find level 3. You were the first to get mags, and number 1 in our hearts.
You know, after finding that last heart, I'm like, okay, fine. We'll go for the full 16. We'll make this a Valentine's Day seed since we didn't have one.
Yeah, it was very well played on your end. You were the last person to find the sword, and the first person to get magical sword. Very interesting. But your early dig of level 1 really put you over the top of a lot of people, getting the red candle and the any key much sooner than most of our other runners. Right now, Alsoa was in level 9, just after you, not too long, but is bowless. He does have the raft now finally out of level 5, but is going back in to find the stair item before he takes off. And hopefully he goes to level 3 on the raft spot instead of going like back into level 6 or something. I think he'll try to find level 3 because most people have done all of the overworld, so level 3 is either raft or recorder blocked. Fryteeth, though, has the bow and is done with level 3.
You know, every single one of these races that we've done in this Battle Royale, Ganon has been required, even though it's a random shot whether or not he has, so I've been feeling pretty good about going into 9 with the bow intact.
Interesting. Oh, there's the... We heard it! We heard it! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Awesome.
I mean, there was a recorder in this game. I never saw it.
There was a recorder. I don't know if it was in level 3 there.
It was in level 6.
It was in level 6. Okay, I didn't see that. So yeah, Fryteeth now into level 9. Bow equipped, but this is his first trek in, so we'll see how long it takes him to get what he needs. Specifically those silvers and Ganon.
And I do believe Garion is on the screen where he will find out the bad news for himself as well.
Yep, this is it, and there it is. So he knows.
And the thing with these flags is that Red Ring and Silver Arrows are confined to 9, so you know once you have the bow and access to 9, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Fryteeth is poised, as long as level 9 doesn't troll him too much, he is poised to take second place potentially, but we'll see how quickly Alsoa can get to level 3. I hope he is not going towards 6.
That looks exactly where he's going right now, though. You never wish for a death, but on the overworld. But now would be a good time for something to snipe him.
Yeah, he is going towards level 6, unfortunately. And Garion does find the silver arrows, and this should be a quick up an A, I thought. Yep, there he goes. I was like, I don't think he's going to search for Ganon at this point. Probably wouldn't be worth it. But yeah, he's got silvers in hand, but still needs to go back into 5. No, he has the raft now. He just needs to go to level 3. And he looks like he's going that way. He is walking straight over towards the... And yeah, He is. Oh no, he's going back into level 1. No, I think he was one of the runners that didn't pick up the red candle. I think in here. So, an interesting play by Garion here.
Oh, he does need the red candle out of here. He didn't see it, but also stopping in to refill his health as well. As also gets the news that the magical shield is our item in the staircase in 6.
Interesting. Yeah, I think by process of elimination, we had to have that.
Yeah.
And Rick, I think, well, we have a Boomstick on Fryteeth's side. I don't think we have a Boomstick on Alsoa's yet, because he still has a lot of money. I don't know if Garion had picked up the book either.
Did.
So 2. Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, Garion picked it up early, right shortly after Rick did.
Okay. It's hard to keep track of all these runners. And yeah, this is somebody pointed out earlier that this is very interesting. You don't normally see this where all 4 runners out of 4 have picked up the magical sword. Even in a heart shuffle, you don't normally see that.
There's definitely an interesting seed tonight. Look forward to seeing who our top 3 are for the race next week.
Yeah, as mentioned with these battle royales, all you got to do is just not place last in every race but one. Each week, the last place finisher is eliminated. So Alsoa, Fryteeth, Garion all want to move on. And Garion is going towards that raft spot. That's good for him.
And it was
and he was going to get there before Alsoa. So this could be a stunning turn of events, because Alsoa does have the silvers, I think.
He did pick up the silvers, yes.
Yes, we have that on the tracker. But has just avoided level 3. So he's got the information in 9 a bit. Well, I don't even know. Garion's got the same information, I think. Knows where.
Yeah, neither one of them know where
has the silvers. Yeah. So this could be a very interesting turn of Alsoa looking like he might take second, and maybe on the process of elimination here as Fryteeth finds these silver arrows, and he is in officially go mode. Unfortunately, Garion is taking the right turn in Albuquerque when he needs to take a left turn. So he's going to be in level 3 a little bit.
I don't know that it'll make enough difference for Alsoa to snatch this one back, but it's
I don't know. It depends
close.
on how. Depends on if one of our runners takes too many deaths to Ganon or something, or has a trouble finding Ganon. That's what it's going to boil down to. And Fryteeth has found Ganon.
And with a potion in hand, this should be no problem.
Yeah, potion, mags, just gotta get 4 hits in.
Actually,
Nice
that looked
stun
like even 3, possibly.
No, that was 4. He had 1 hit early.
Okay.
All right, so he is very close. Yeah, I think he's already found Zelda right just 2 rooms north of here. It looks like all these bomb walls. So get your GGs out in chat for Fryteeth coming in second place here with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 37 seconds, moving on to top 3. Yeah, Alsoa finally getting out of level 6 here, and is gonna hopefully make his way on a world wrap. But it might be too little too late here, as Alsoa is just rooms away from finding his bow.
Garion here in this case.
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Alsoa is still looking for 3.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I meant. Yep, and it's a full clear of 3, unfortunately, for Garion here. Not what you wanted to see, especially when it was so easy. If you just took a left turn, you could get the Triforce if you needed it, which he doesn't even need it. And then the bow right here. He's gonna pick up the Triforce, though.
At this point, it makes sense. Free refill.
You get a refill, yeah.
And it's probably it's about the same walk to 9 from there and start.
Alright, Alsoa going towards the coast. We'll see how trolly Ganon can be for Garion, but he is firmly in the driver's seat. But Alsoa could have a very quick level 3 like Rick did. Oh yeah, and Alsoa joins the All Hearts Club. 16.
He is going to take that left.
Well, that's not the.
It's not the right
That's
left,
not
though.
the room. Yeah, he's gotta go. He's gotta go down from start and then take the left. So we'll see what he does, and maybe he makes this a much quicker 3 than Garion, and might not be too far behind going in. And he's just take a left here. Oh, but Garion hears Ganon, and that is pretty much over. Because he knows where Zelda is. If he's done good tracking, this is over. He's gotta be careful. Yeah, down to 4 hearts already. Took a few hugs.
Also having trouble finding that turn to get to the bow.
Yeah. Garion having a little trouble. I don't think he has another potion.
He's out, so 1 hug and it's over.
Oh, 1 more hit here. Down to a heart. This is clutch. Yeah, just unfortunate stab timing there, and takes a death without a potion. This could be interesting now. This is what Alsoa kind of needed, unfortunately, to happen. Because now Garion's going to go back in with 3 hearts and no potion.
One Hyrule driver, all it takes to knock Garion back out.
Oh yeah, oh man. If he just would have stabbed up right there, that would have started a stun lock. But he was trying to get to that corner. I feel Garion feels that he feels comfortable in that bottom corner. Usually pretty safe, but without a red ring, without a ring at all, you can only take 3 fireball hits or 1 hug before he is out.
Alsoa is going to give us the full tour of 3 here tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. He had some time to make up and didn't get a hold of that time. Hopefully he doesn't get Y-forced right here. Okay.
Garion with a nice stun lock here.
3rd time's the charm. And just as Alsoa picks up his bow and is not happy about it. I'm surprised he's taking this much time though, there's still a runner out there. Yeah.
With that, we have Fryteeth joining us as well.
Hey, GG.
Thanks.
Yeah.
GG, Fryteeth.
Thanks, GG.
So give us your quick 2 cents on this seed, as we are watching Garion with 1 heart casually walk through level 9 to get to the end here.
Yeah, that wasn't going well for me early, and wasn't sure at the end whether to risk 9 without looking for the bow, or, you know, where it was, because I think I still had items in 3, 5, and 6, and decided I'd rather track it down, take the chance that way, than get to 9 and realize I needed it.
Fair enough. Well, Garion has finished in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 22 seconds, which means Alsoa, unfortunately, not moving on in this Battle Royale, but will take 4th place and get 3 points for his efforts. But yeah, you made a pretty good comeback, I will say, Fryteeth, from most of the runners. Rick obviously was first into 9, had the bow, had everything basically, and he was rearing to go. He was pretty much out ahead for most of the race. But Alsoa was actually the 2nd into 9 without the bow, and found the silvers, but unfortunately didn't get to level 3 quick enough. And Garion, we are joined by Garion as well. GG, sir. Garion made a good comeback here to snipe 3rd.
Thanks, GG, Rick, and Fryteeth.
GG to you.
GG.
How about that bow?
The one dungeon I didn't clear for a Triforce.
I think Rick had the quickest 3.
I decided with, okay, we already found both items in 7. At that point, I don't have the ladder. Okay, screw this. We're leaving this 33 rooms of pure torture.
Yeah, it was a good decision. So yeah, Alsoa does have the silvers. I think he just needs to find the pig. I don't think he's has heard the roar yet, but he's not really in the vicinity right now.
Yeah, again, a reminder, these 3, Rick, Fryteeth, and Garion, will be going at it next week at the same time. Channel to be determined. It will be one of the Randomania channels, but we'll be back to do this again.
Yeah, but back for more fun. More Boomstick fun.
Oh crap, I gotta do this again?
Yeah, you do.
That's what happens when
Possibly
you win.
2 more times.
Also, while we're waiting for Alsoa to finish, reminder, Tuesday night, we will have the Makin' Bacon Battle Royale. This will be a Final 3. We lost 2 people last week, knocking us down to Final 3.
Yeah, unfortunately had a person missing, I believe, which took it down to 3 that night. But yeah, Makin' Bacon coming up, top 3. I believe we have one other Battle Royale that's in progress, and we will be streaming the top 4 matches of that when they get down to it. And there's still plenty of Battle Royales that are still in more of a sign-up phase. With the Swordless Randomizer tournament going on, we've had a bit of a slow start to this season, but I'm glad that this Boomstick Fun got up and running quickly and has really kept a nice schedule here, and seeing some great play from these runners. Just sometimes randomizer happens, and the bow is the last item that you find.
And as you can see in the chat, I just posted the Discord along with the challenge to go take a look at the signups. If you're interested in starting a tournament or joining one that's already in, go ahead and sign up. The more the merrier. It's a ton of fun.
Yep, and all these runners are competing for points. The top 5 this season get points in every tournament, but only your top 3 tournaments can count towards your points. Just kind of make it fair for people that can't join a ton of tournaments. But yeah, they're all vying for precious points for the end of season Royale Ultima that will happen probably about October 2019. Yep, top 5 are getting points. It goes 1, 3, 6, 9, and 12 this season. So 12 points for first place.
So you said it starts, or 5th place even gets a point this time.
Yep, 5th place gets 1 point. We wanted to kind of change that up a little bit, change the point structure a little bit, and also that will allow more people to participate in the last chance qualifier, which will be happening in October as well, more than likely. And so anybody with at least 1 point that didn't make it into the top 10 of the season can opt into that race and have a chance at making the Royale Ultima. And here comes Alsoa, finishing off Ganon very nicely. And he knows where Zelda is, so we should have this wrapped up here for you very short. What's the over and under on how many bombs or arrows or flame candles that Zelda gets?
Well, the bow got quite a bit.
I'm gonna say 6.
You took my answer.
Oh, really?
The question is, how many times does he blame me for this?
Infinity.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, that was really bad. 13. A lot. We're gonna go with 23. I don't even know if that's true. Alsoa finishing up in 4th place with a hour 36 flat. So yeah, GG to all of our runners. Very interesting seed for a flag set like this, where could be very, very quick, but the winner, hour 11, Rick there, finding that raft, finding the bow, finding the silvers, had all the stuff he needed. Just a bit quicker than everybody. So yeah, we'll see if we can get Alsoa in here quickly for an interview as quickly as possible.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and duck out of here. Thank you guys for doing the commentary, and thanks for the read.
Yeah, GG Rick, moving on, and GG Fryteeth and Garion, and we are greeted by Alsoa. Man, just a tough break tonight. The last place you look is the one thing.
That's the definition of last place. It was the last room in the last dungeon on the last spot of the overworld.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. A randomizer happens sometimes, and you were actually second into 9 behind Rick, but without that bow, just didn't make the right play afterwards. You could have been really close if you had gone into 5 and then immediately to 3. You and Garion would have been very, very close, and back entering 9 with the same stuff. Both of you had the silvers, and both of you knew where she was, but didn't know where the pig was. It would have been, you probably could have been a minute apart entering. Would have been very close.
So if I would have decided to go to 6 instead of searching for 3, I
Mhm.
probably would have been right there with them.
Yeah, that's about right, because that's what Alsoa had unfortunately decided to do. But yeah, it was just this what happens sometimes. One play can make the difference, and we saw it on stream tonight. But a good performance in this battle royale. Alsoa, you're going to be taking home 3 points for your efforts moving into the end of season tournament structure. If those precious points, they.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Part of what I was doing in 9 at the end of that, once I saw Garion, I was like, you know what? I should just go find the red ring. I've seen it, literally everything else.
Where was Red Ring?
I don't know. I found Ganon before Red Ring, and I said, okay, I probably don't need it.
Ah, okay.
I should have gone back and gotten it, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had found the red ring, and Garion was giving us a bit of a scare. We thought maybe he was going to give you time to come back. Also, he took a few unfortunate deaths to the to Ganon and didn't have a potion after the first one, so giving us a little bit of a heart race.
Well,
Yeah, Ganon didn't
Yeah.
cooperate.
also the ladder in 2 was literally terrible.
Yeah, you weren't that far behind Fryteeth and Garion in finding that. I think Rick found it. Did Rick find it first? I think he did.
Yeah, Rick found it first and
yeah.
early.
Yeah, and pretty early. But you guys all found it probably within just a few minutes, I think, roughly of each other. It wasn't really a big hindrance, but that did hinder you from progressing in level 5, which would have maybe sent you to level 3 a bit earlier potentially.
Maybe.
Maybe.
My whole reason I went to 6 before 3 was I didn't know that 3 was going to be at a raft spot. It very well could have been recorder blocked.
Mhm.
And the opportunity cost of going to check the raft spot if it was wrong felt worse than checking the 2 items in 6 before I head over.
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't a terrible play, especially since you've already been into 6, so you'd already searched a little bit of it. It just unfortunately wasn't the correct play tonight.
In my case, I was missing an item out of 1, so I went to check that first, and I was over on that end. I thought, might as well check the raft spot.
Well, it was a good game from everybody. It kept it close, even though it didn't seem that close, probably. But I think there was, even at the end, it was kind of still exciting times to see who was going to come out on top. Any last words from Garion or Fryteeth or Alsoa on this?
All I'll say is thanks for the restream and commentary.
Yeah, same. Thank you for the restream and commentary.
I will third that notion.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you to all of our runners, and thank you to our tracker in the background. I believe it was Azer, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. And thank you to my co-commentator, Norestra, also doing the restream tonight, I believe.
My pleasure, and thank you, Random, for joining me tonight.